Welcome into RunTheFanatic.com's Quality Start for August 27th, 2020. It's a pleasure to have you aboard the high seas of fantasy baseball. And as we try to navigate our way through these seas, it's important to have a captain you can count on. How about Jacob deGrom? Did that work for you? 14 Ks yesterday. He struck out 14 different Marlins. That's very impressive. There was a discussion amongst many fantasy insiders about who the best starting pitcher in Major League Baseball was coming into 2020. If anybody had a doubt, there is none anymore. Jacob deGrom is still the best starting pitcher in all of baseball. He is the master. We should all bow before his greatness and pay tribute to him in any way possible. Garrett Cole was thought to maybe be his rival, but unfortunately, Garrett Cole has not been as good as Jacob deGrom. Plays for the Yankees now. Last season, he had that legendary run with the Astros. Things have changed a bit. Hopefully, he'll still be good, but he was so-so at best on Wednesday, giving up 5 earned runs, striking out 9, but he gave up this mammoth shot to Ronald Acuna, who is back off the injured list. It is so wonderful to have you back, Mr. Acuna. You make baseball better. You make my day better. You brighten it just a little bit with your presence. He had a 473-foot moon shot. Really exciting, fun, good times, noodle salad. Unfortunately, there's injuries. Even though Acuna is back, other players left. In fact, if I gave you 100 guesses about who left that Yankees-Braves doubleheader with an injury, I bet you would probably get it right on the very first answer. So we'll talk about injuries. We'll discuss Max Kepler, who left the game with the Twins and the Cleveland baseball squad on Wednesday. But he did hit a home run first before he hit the road. So that was nice of him. Thanks, Max. We'll look at bullpens. We got closer messes. It never ends. If you can find yourself a quality closer that you can rely on, it's like precious gold. For God's sakes, cherish it. You can go to RunTheFanatic.com and have some fun. You want to learn and have a good time? We got podcasts, videos, and articles. Our writers are stellar. These guys really put in their time and energy to give you top-notch analysis, info, and the fantasy baseball details that you love. Give you that extra little something so that you can win your fantasy league. Or if you like DFS, we got the daily plan of attack. That's every day. So you can get fresh DFS plays. Dave Swan, Davithius on Twitter, is awesome. He's one of the best DFS players I know. And if you follow his advice, I'm going to guarantee that you will probably win some money somewhere along the line. Of course, Dave Funnel, our other top-notch writer, has his weekly article that comes out every Wednesday. We're going streaking! Every Wednesday, he talks about who's hot and who's not, hot or cold, and those players are the ones that you would like to grab or the players that you probably want to avoid. Maybe they're on your fantasy team right now and they're killing it for you, or they're drowning your team in sorrows. But either way, Dave Funnel lets you know who that is every Wednesday. Check out that article. I love Dave. He's Canadian, by the way. He's a badass with a heart of gold. How about we start the show? Sound good?
Take it easy, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I know that you will.
Yeah, well, the dude abides.
The dude abides. I don't know about you, but I take comfort in that.
Ah, yes, it's good to know that the dude abides. And for today on Thursday, there's one man in particular who abided better than anybody else. Charlie Blackmon. Yes, sir. He hit a grand salami right here. Look at this. Whoa, doctor. This one long gone. I got to give him credit. He deserves it. He hit that one 105.6 miles per hour, and he's just adding to his RBI total, which is one of the league's best. So kudos to Mr. Blackmon. Former first-round pick Ian Anderson made his major league debut for the Braves against the vaunted New York Yankees, and he did quite well. 1 hit was all he gave up. He had a CSW of 32% overall, and the balance between all 3 pitches, the fastball, changeup, and curveball, was really impressive. Sure, he got 11 called strikes. That's a nice little bonus. But overall, even without Stanton and Judge, who was not in the first game, this was a solid outing for Anderson and welcome relief to a troubled staff. Mike Clevenger is back. He made his return to the Cleveland baseball team, and he is really excited to be there. And I'm sure his teammates are even more excited to have him back. He looked pretty solid for being off for 12 days. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks. He gave up 1 home run. He did give up 8 hits. This could be an audition for him to be traded. Or, if you believe the other stories, he's staying and Zach Plesac will be traded. Who the hell knows?
He loves it. He loves it.
But that's not what I'm gonna do.
If you are familiar with the show, then you know we always tell you who screwed over their teammates every day. JT Realmuto has made this list 2 straight days. Yesterday, he left 6 on base. Just think of all the RBI he could have right now if he cashed in. Sean Murphy makes his debut, and Dylan Carlson's a rookie who struggles, which is totally understandable.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
My name is Michael, and I am the barista here to serve up the coffee for closers only. You got to have that closer passport if you want to get through me. Wednesday saw some solid action from the best closers in the league this season. Brad Hand. Yes, Brad Hand has been one of the best closers in baseball. 9 for 9, has not blown a save. And then Liam Hendricks, blown 1 save, but he's got 10 on the year, and he's been really solid. Brad Workman got his 2nd save for Philadelphia. Diego Castillo, his name was called in the closer raffle at Tampa Bay. Congratulations, Diego Castillo. And also, Mark Melanson got his 5th save of the season. And Will Smith is yet to make a dent in that situation. All right, where do we start with the injuries? Let's see. Aaron Judge, what a shocker. I called it on the show yesterday that he might leave the first game he comes back in. And sure enough, he did. That calf is a real pain. But so is Nathan Eovaldi's. He was scratched from his start because his calf is messed up. Weird. Ramel Tapia, who's been on a roll lately, was scratched because of a hit by pitch. Also, George Springer is not available to hit yet because he got hit on the elbow by a pitch this week. He can play in the field, but he cannot swing a bat. And Hunter Harvey, the legendary Hare himself, is pain-free and is traveling with the Orioles and could be activated anytime. Max Kepler had to leave the game Wednesday with Cleveland because he fouled a ball off of his foot. But he did hit a home run in his first at-bat before he bailed. Well done, Max. And now it's time for This Day in Fantasy History for August 27th. Sammy Sosa's in this damn thing again. He keeps getting in my record book. Get out of my record book, Sammy. It's annoying. Take your cork bat and go home. Rhys Hoskins, though, is not going to let the day be ruined for me because he's a part of This Day in Fantasy History for August 27th. I know my friend Ellen Adair, who's a great follow on Twitter, by the way, at Ellen_Adair, A-D-A-I-R. She loves her some Phillies. She loves Aaron Nola probably more than anybody, but she also has a big spot in her heart for Rhys Hoskins, just like me. And I'm not a Phillies fan like her, so I'm not trying to steal her team, but I really cherish this 2017 home run binge that he went on when he finally got the call. I remember I waited all season. I picked him up in April. I kept reading good things about him in the minor leagues. This guy gets on base at an incredible rate. He wasn't a highly touted high draft pick. He was like a 5th rounder. So he was not somebody that was this huge name, but he kept making noise in the Phillies minor league system. And he finally got the call around August 5th or so in 2017. And then on this date, August 27th, he did something very special. Everybody remembers Aristides Aquino last year, and he had that great run. And, respect, Mr. Aquino. You were awesome. But the original home run barrage call-up late season dude extraordinaire was Rhys Hoskins. Diddle-doo, diddle-doo, diddle-doo. 3 years ago, Rhys Hoskins crushed this Koji Uhura offering into the seats. It was the 5th straight game with the home run, which was a franchise record. But he also set a major league record by homering for the 11th time in 18 games. This home run barrage in 2017 was legendary, and I love Rhys Hoskins. He helped me win a fantasy title that year, mainly because of this. This was a great push. On this date in 2011, the masterful JV, Justin Verlander, he became the first pitcher to win 20 games before the start of September since Curt Schilling of the D-backs did it back in 2002. This was the year that he ended up going 24-5 and won the Cy Young and the AL MVP, which my coworker Matt Williams says is an abomination. No pitcher should ever win the MVP. Sammy Sosa in 2001 used his cork bat to crush a home run for the 17th time in August. Congratulations, Sammy, and your corked bat must have been a real help. He tied a record that Willie Mays set in 1965. Willie Mays did it truly without a corked bat. But the Major League record for most home runs in August is 18, which was set by Tigers first baseman Rudy York in 1937.